Welcome to this week's Dramatic Drama Weekend. Because this week we are reviewing one of my favorite dramas, it's going to be really hard to find anything to, first of all, pick at and then make fun of. But I will certainly take this challenge. My Girlfriend is a Gumiho is about a young acting student, Daewoo, who accidentally releases an ancient mythical creature known as a Gumiho, or a nine-tailed fox. After doing this kind deed of releasing the Gumiho, he stupidly falls off a cliff, which gives the Gumiho a chance to repay the kind deed of releasing her by giving him her fox speed, which will keep him alive. While secretly trying to become human, she attaches herself to him because he has her bead. And because Daewoo is kind of afraid of her, he decides to feed her and to live with her and take care of her just to keep her happy so she won't eat him. And all the while looking for a way to escape from her. You know, just your average young love story. Eventually Daewoo becomes less afraid of her and he starts to fall in love with her, but tragedy happens and lots of plot twists and evilness, so you'd have to watch it to find out for the rest. There are only a few side stories worth mentioning in this drama. Not the side story of Daewoo's ex-girlfriend, who I just hated and really don't even have anything to talk about her, because she was just boring and mean and unnecessary to the plot, but whatever. And then the other side stories of the director's daughter and Daewoo's best friend. Their storyline did not interest me, but they did kind of add the needed element of someone who could help the storyline progress. However, the relationship between the director of the action school and Daewoo's aunt was absolutely adorable. And I loved them not just because the director could flip his jacket like Batman, though that did help. I felt like his character complemented the character of the aunt and made their awkwardness and their different levels of class, it was just hilarious. It all matched together and made a nice soup of relationship. That's gross. Ew. The other side story that is worth mentioning, however, in the plot, I rate this character as the most pointless character in a drama ever, was the old lady from the painting that the Gumiho was trapped in with. They made such a big deal about her influence with the Gumiho in the past, and they made a big deal of her coming out of the painting at the end and how she can solve all of the problems and help Mio not die. But they didn't do anything with that. She even had a perfect opportunity at the wedding to set everything straight and make it romantic and dramatic, and while Daewoo was looking over at Miho, and she could have just like blessed their relationship because she trusted her now and could see that this relationship could work out because she did see it. But no, the writers decided that she was just going to come over to the loser nice guy, pat him on the back, give him "there's always more fish in the sea" speech, then go to the wedding and glare at the Gumiho and then leave. There was more that she could have done! You made such a big deal about her powers and her ability to do stuff, but you do nothing with it! I was not very pleased with that. I felt like that, if anything, she should have done something or she should not have been brought up in the end. I don't like pointless storylines like that. So dumb! I give the sassy main lead in this drama a 0 on the doormat scale. Not because she doesn't have doormat qualities, but because I'm afraid if I didn't give her a 0, she would come and find me and eat my liver, because Gumihos know. But even if she didn't know what I was saying, she actually did have very few doormat qualities. She could handle herself on the street by herself because she had awesome Gumiho powers! She can run, she can hover, she can stare at you and make you feel uncomfortable until you give her food! Which, by the way, is probably the best talent ever. She must have studied animals doing this knowing yet adorable stare to get it down just right, because I swear to you, I have seen Daisy give me this look thousands of times. And it works, every time. What? Just one. Which makes me wonder, perhaps I could harvest these talents and use them for my own doing.
What do you want? What? This? You want some of this?
On second thought, maybe I should just leave this to the professionals. I give the jerk-face character in this drama a 3 on the jerk-face scale. In my opinion, he didn't really get to the level of actual jerk. Except for the scene where he was happy that Miho ran away and wasn't gonna come back, and he was like, la 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 la, I don't have responsibility now. Okay dude, that was totally me. She could see you from the forest. You should be aware of your surroundings before you're like, I'm so glad to be rid of these people. I'm gonna run away now and make myself look even more like a jerk with my ex-girlfriend. But really there wasn't anything else, so I give a 3 on the jerk-face scale for the crybaby Daewoo. And boy was he a baby. Oh, my life is so hard. I have this beautiful, strong woman who's following me around and giving me a beat to sustain my life and to make me be able to fill out my dream as an action star, while I'm also being followed around by 2 other beautiful girls who want my attention. Plus, I have a rich grandfather who will give me everything I want. Oh, it's okay, my life is so hard. I do not feel bad for you. But eventually he grows out of his neediness and he takes care of Miho and is pretty decent of a boyfriend and it's just kind of cute. However, I wasn't really attracted to him. My attention was averted elsewhere. I give the loser nice guy in this drama the rating of too hot to be rated on this scale. He was a pathetic loser to be sure. Seriously, you lose the same girl the same way twice in a row. How pathetic do you have to be? However, he was no ordinary loser nice guy. Oh no. He was evil! He was evil! I tell you, evil! But for some reason, he was my favorite character. He was so secretive, quiet, all-knowing, powerful, and hot! He also had magical powers and sexy hair! So even though he was an evil bad guy who would kill people, I really loved him. I looked forward to every scene that he would be in, including the evil plotting scenes. I also wanted him to kiss Miho. Not because I wanted them to end up together, but just because I wanted to watch them kiss. That's right. A little bit weird. I feel no shame. Let's see, is it worth it? Yes! I love this story not just because it was hilarious and endearing, but because the plot was solid. I never got bored and it was filled with eye candy of evilness and a cute romantic love story. And as an added plus, there were very few annoying scenes where I felt like I wanted to throw something because I was so angry at what was going on. Other than the evil grandmother who I felt was pointless, I didn't really get angry at the end when she died. I was more in denial. Yeah, I could see that, yeah. It would be too convenient for her to come back from the dead in the end, and I hate convenient endings. And she will always be in his stomach. But when she did come back, oh, thanks Suju! Oh, she came back, oh my gosh! I thought I was gonna have a heart attack! Oh. Really, that's how I was feeling. I was crying my eyeballs out through the entire last episode. I was in some desperate need of some cheering up. And who better to cheer me up than Jeremy himself? In the last episode, for a split second, Lee Honky reprised his role as Jeremy. It was like the best scene in the entire drama. There was no real explanation of why he was there, and he left pretty quick. So in my opinion, this is what happened. Love me, love me. Good morning, Mr. Lee. I've got the scripts that your manager told me.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. It's a spiky headband.
Of course.
Oh,
I see it now.
what do you got?
Oh, yes, I've got the scripts that your managers told me to bring to you. This is where you'll be playing a lead role in a romantic comedy. This one, you will play a bad guy who dies in the end. And this one we're really not that interested in. You're just be doing a cameo appearance and...
My prima donna senses are tingling. I can only mean one thing. Mindy's going to be crying in this episode. I must reprise my role as Jeremy!
Love me, love me. Okay, so it probably didn't happen that way. It's probably because it was made by the same people who made You're Beautiful, and they had a lot of people from that cast make cameo appearances. But I can dream, right? Thank you for allowing me to make your weekend even more dramatic than it already was. If you'd like to see me review one of your favorite dramas, go to our website, NamasteDwaejiKim.blogspot.com, click on Mindy the Prima Donna, and there is a poll off to the right where you can vote for the dramas that I will be reviewing.